If you outgrow this place, outgrow us, what would become of you? I think I have a choice to make.
No. He didn't say that. The Cradle's fighting back.
Welcome back to another episode of Into the Westworld. This episode being entitled Phase Space, correct?
Yes.
Right, okay, just making sure.
No weird accent, just straight English here, so don't worry about
English,
that.
American, so easy. And this is going to be a very fast episode because Griffin's food is going to get cold. We don't
Listen,
want that to
we don't
happen.
want to jip you on content here, so this is going to be a juicy episode, not a fast one.
Which is
It's fast episode.
which means we have to be concise. So it actually might end up being our best episode.
Listen, when have we ever been concise when talking about Westworld?
Never.
Well,
Actually,
actually,
be
to,
concise about it.
to be
Never.
fair, it's actually pretty easy to be concise about it because you're just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but it looks interesting. All right,
Yes.
there's my review of the episode.
Hey, watch the finale of this whole season. We'll be like, okay, I get it.
Yep.
Somewhat.
Yep. I mean, that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's what happened the first season. I was like, I wasn't like completely lost, but I was just kind of like, what? Oh my God, my mind's getting blown.
This is probably an easier show to binge than watch week to week.
Yeah, that's my
100%.
thing. For season 3, I'm probably going to wait till it's over.
No, you're not, because we're
I'm
going
not.
to do this show again. And
No, I
you
know.
have to- yeah, exactly. So you're screwed, buddy.
You're screwed. Now you got to watch
That's
it.
the problem. Hey, let's introduce ourselves real quick before we go any
yeah.
further, just in case these people don't know who we are, because that'd be kind of awkward. So Zach, tell the people who you are, man.
Yeah, I'm Zach. I watch Westworld, and I'm not addicted to it, so I'm not an addict apparently. But I was addicted to Barry, so that was an addiction I need to get over.
Every
But-
goddamn time we're
We'll
bringing up
eventually
Barry.
do a Barry thing. We're slowly transitioning.
Yes. But I did like this. But I did like this episode. This was a good episode, a good stepping block episode. Like I know we were talking before, this is pretty much a filler episode, but it was a nice filler episode. Some filler episodes aren't bad, and this is one of them.
Exactly. I would agree. I would say this was a really surprisingly good filler episode, which I don't say about a lot of filler episodes. Griffin, tell the people who you are, man,
Yeah, I'm Griffin.
in case they don't know who you are.
That is a Captain America shield. Also, this show is brought to you by mango flavored LaCroix. So,
Oh, we doing brought to you by? I got Kirkland purified water here.
I think I win. LaCroix, if you're watching this, please sponsor this show. I'm a huge advocate for your beverages, and I drink them on a daily basis. So there's my little speech there.
Bam.
Go drink- go
Actually, I
drink-
don't think anybody's ever gone after
drink
LaCroix
LaCroix.
before.
No.
You know, actually, it's funny because I have started to like see more and more people go after LaCroix just on like Twitter or just like,
Okay,
people
well,
are
we
like, yeah,
first.
I have a friend who's like been trying to get a sponsorship with LaCroix. And I'm like, what the fuck does he do? Like, what warrants a LaCroix spot? I don't know.
wait,
You know what? Everyone who watches this, tweet at them. We want their sponsor.
We want LaCroix to sponsor Into the Westworld. That'd be fucking awesome.
Not Perrier, LaCroix.
Troy, get it right. Hashtag that shit.
If
We
you're not,
don't drink Perrier here. This is not a Perrier podcast.
listen, guys, if you are not drinking LaCroix, get on the train. It's great. It's great. Even if you don't like seltzer water, it's great.
We're talking about LaCroix.
Right.
So, Phase Space, really, really interesting episode. I do want to say real quick before we dive into it, we got a lot more out of this episode than I thought. I didn't think we'd get any Shogun
Yeah.
World, but we got a lot of Shogun World, and I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
What'd y'all
It
think
opened
about
up. Yeah, I mean, this whole episode, I wasn't expecting to get the Man in Black. I was really just getting.
Yeah.
I thought we were getting more Bernard and Dolores. No, we got. It seems like we got every single character.
Yeah, we
right?
got everyone
Yeah.
that was in like present time.
Which
So
is nice. And I feel like
yeah.
this is the first episode that it seems like everything was on the same exact timeline for once.
Yeah,
Except
it did have
Except the
that feel.
beginning.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every time you see like Bernard interviewing Dolores, which by the way, that was amazing.
Yes.
That opening, how it's
Just switched.
it flipped and it was the same sort of thing that happened with Jim Delos with what the fuck is his name, William. And so it was kind of nice to see that happen, but like between hosts, and so it was just that was amazing. I loved that encounter.
Yeah, I'm glad that they
too,
played that.
but I think the thing that we should really start off with.
Don't say
was
the
that?
dragon. Don't say the dragon.
No. The dragon didn't show up in this one, disappointingly.
Yeah,
Okay.
no dragon.
Okay. What were you gonna say then?
I was gonna say Anthony fucking Hopkins is
Dude.
hopefully back.
Which one of y'all called? Griffin, was it you?
Me, I've been entire season. I think we all have, to be fair, but like, you want to really just go straight for literally the last shot of the film.
It's the most important shot of it. Everything else doesn't really matter except for the final 2 minutes of the episode.
So here's the thing, because maybe I'm a little unclear on where that is. Is he actually back, or was that something that was taking place in the past, in like a previous
You know what
month?
I took it as? So what I took it as is that world. I'm spacing on what it's called right now. What was it? Oh shit!
I'm blanking. I just looked it up.
The Cradle.
The Cradle. Okay, so the way I took the Cradle is that the Cradle is the simulation that runs through every single host's mind, and it's every storyline, anything that can go through. So everything normal is going on there. What I also took is that what if Ford, since they're trying to put Delos's mind into just one central host, what if Ford just put his own mind into the whole Cradle? That way he can take control of certain minds and they don't last as long. And I think that's what it was leading up to be. And that's how he's controlling every single thing. So the thing is, how do you get a man out of the Cradle?
Well, I mean, it's not actually, he programmed his consciousness into the Cradle, but that's very clearly what's going on because of them just randomly revolting like this by them, breaking all the rules of the park, essentially. I mean, Ford has essentially caused anarchy, which was kind of his whole goal from the get-go, not from an anarchy point of view, but for lack of a better word, it was anarchy. So, I always knew that he was at the center of what was going on, the issues that were going in the park. Yeah, I mean, you could probably pretty easily imply it. Like you have someone like Anthony Hopkins, you're not just gonna get rid of them the first season. You'll probably bring him back every now and then. And the thing that I've loved, and I've been saying this in every episode, but throughout the season, even though he's not there, his presence is felt, and that was made very evident throughout this episode and definitely that last shot there. But yeah, no, I mean, it was just, I felt so vindicated in my beliefs that he was still fucking around with people, and it also
I loved it. Well, and you see,
he can, talk through the hosts. So when he's messing with William, and then we hear the hosts speaking as if they were Ford. Now it makes sense why they're doing that, because he's in the system,
And another thing that goes to show how much he's been fucking with William is William doesn't even believe that this is his daughter at first, which was a great little thing. And I'm really liking this daughter's character. Did we get her name yet? I think we probably did. Yeah, we just, we're dumb and we
way
don't pay
too many
attention.
names.
So
There's some, so I mean, I really am liking where they're taking her character. A little fucked up that William just left her, but it looks like he's in trouble now. So maybe it wasn't the worst idea.
Yeah. She was cool. I definitely that little fireside chat was great, because we got not only development for her character, but we also got introduced to their relationship of father and daughter, and how she called him out on it. She was like, "You're basically like a man child stuck in a game who can't grow up, and I'm here to bring you out of it." And I loved that. That was
there's probably a bunch of those in Ready Player One.
Yeah. Oh God.
I think the Man in Black. Again, I can't remember which one of you said it, but I think his life might be coming to an end pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if y'all noticed, but to me, it looks like he's getting sick, sicker and sicker each episode. Just the look on his face.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all got that vibe, but
no, that is interesting.
It looks like he's almost deteriorating.
Yeah. Especially in the preview episode when you got that one thing. Obviously, we'll talk about that when we do our preview episode. Yeah. But I did get a little bit of a vibe, and I think they're setting that up. And I wonder if he'll end up taking his own life.
I don't know.
Maybe from just going deranged, because I feel like he's literally going crazy at times. I don't know.
I don't think he'll take his own life, because he said if he's going to go out, he's going to basically go out in a blaze of glory, and he's going to die in the park, in a fight or something like that. And
trying to destroy the Cradle.
Right. Exactly. That's
what
if the Cradle is the weapon?
That's what I was thinking. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I think it more than likely is, unless it's the thing that whatever William was working on with the whole putting the consciousness in the other. I don't know.
How do you take it down? I mean,
gibberish right now, but
like how would you take that down, destroy it? It seems
Crucible. Well, I don't know.
Cradle.
Or not the Crucible. Yes, the Cradle.
I was like, what's the Crucible? Did I miss it?
We've got another weapon.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's really, really interesting. This stuff with Bernard and going into the cradle and stuff like that. I think that's where the answers are going to lie.
Yeah. And then I also liked one other thing I liked about this episode was Maeve, especially towards the end.
I
that was really good.
With Maeve.
It kind of reminded me of the movie Hostels. I don't know if any of you saw that, but I got some Hostels vibes.
Oh, yeah. I got that. I got a little bit of that. Maeve, for me, again, is still the best character in this show. Especially her face when she hears the little girl go, "Mama." Not to her. That was like,
lady, dude.
And Maeve was like, "Fuck this bitch, she can die."
Yeah,
just ran off with the girl, man.
So I'm really, and plus just how I love that last Shogun samurai fight. Like, we obviously knew Maeve could have probably just made him suicide himself, but I love how it opened up with her and all the dead bodies around her. It was great.
When she decided to let them like choose their own fate, I think that was pretty powerful, and it also showed that she's not just going to use her abilities willy-nilly. Like, she will use it when it's like absolutely necessary, because that was one of the big things that I started thinking about after seeing last week's episode, was that like, okay, she's basically God. So where are her weaknesses going to lie? And obviously we've got her daughter, which is one. But then she also, she's, she believes in fate and in choice, which it makes sense with her character, because the whole reason that she is where she's at is because she wanted that free will. She wanted her ability to choose and stuff. And so, it makes sense now, like, that she's not always going to use it. Because that was a thing that I was kind of worried about. I was like, okay, she's very OP right now. So
maybe she could play a part in destroying the cradle too with her abilities or something.
Oh yeah,
she's one of the only capable people to do that. So I'm curious to get I'm anxious to get to the end of the season.
Well, here's the thing: if they destroy the cradle, then
would it destroy them?
It would probably shut down all the hosts, except for the ones that have like seceded into like free like thinking and stuff like that. So yeah, that would probably be my guess as for that entire thing. That's
why I love and hate this show, because it's like they're. Well, other than you, I mean, since you're good at predicting what happens,
I really am not.
Playing Zach too with the dragon. I mean, I can't forget about that.
Right, the one prediction,
the fucking flamethrower dragon.
Yeah, I'm just glad you got that, man.
Yeah, no. I do want to get to this other thing. So there's two other big issues for this thing that I know Griffin wants to talk about with Bernard and the whole Teddy situation. But I want to talk about Dolores. They fucking crashed the train. And I love how Hale and all them by the map are like, what's the train doing? And you're just like, it all builds up. And because I was like, what are they doing? And then you hear the crash and you're like, yep, they fucking crashed it.
Yeah.
It's great. Yep. And so I want you, Griffin, tell us about Teddy and Bernard.
What about Teddy? Oh, I feel like they probably have switched consciousness. Like
who?
That's just what Teddy and Bernard. And I mean, that's just like the vibe I'm getting, because like now when they very purposely showed that machine taking the ball out of his head and that ball being his mind, and then putting it on the little whatever the fucking. I don't know what that's called, but they put it on like this pedestal thing. And by showing that is like a consciousness of a person, that is like their whole mind. Bernard found another one and he put it in his pocket, right? If you remember. And I don't know. I just have a feeling that now that we've seen that you can just literally transfer consciousness to people, like by just opening up their head, pulling one out and plopping one in. There's just been like several little moments that have led me to believe that those two have switched consciousnesses for whatever reason. Or that maybe, or that maybe they haven't switched consciousnesses, but maybe like Bernard has like Teddy's consciousness inside of him, because he's like walking through Sweetwater, like similarly to how Teddy walks through, and he wakes up and he's on the train. The first thing I thought of was, oh, this is very reminiscent of how we saw Teddy go through Sweetwater. So I don't know. Maybe
you don't get to that point. Maybe it's going to that, because I mean, obviously in the beginning of the season we see that Bernard says he killed all these people. So maybe there's a certain time period that we're missing where he did kill those people. Maybe he did switch minds for a little bit. Maybe it's building up to that aspect.
Right.
So
I mean, I don't know. I could be completely wrong on that, or maybe I could have a concept right, but just like the details are like so just wrong. But I don't know. It got me thinking, especially when he woke up on the train in a very similar way that Teddy did.
Yeah. Plus, let's talk about those aspect ratios.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
I mean, I've been loving them the entire season, but their aspect ratios.
It's great. Michael Bay, take a cue from this. That's how you fucking do an aspect ratio, not how you did with fucking Transformers the last night.
Yeah. No, this was reminiscent of the movie It Comes at Night. I haven't seen.
Oh, when
that was a great use of aspect ratios.
Yeah,
where it just goes so naturally. Like it's not like jarring. It's just you notice it, but it's not like jarring to your eyes, which is just fantastic.
Well,
it gets me more interested. I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. Well, for me, what it does, it's a great indicator of when Bernard is like not in the now, of when he's going about his mind or something like that, or he's having a flashback. Because every time, I mean, this is the first time that they've been doing it. I mean, they've been doing it the whole season. Like whenever Bernard is having the conversations with Dolores, they use that aspect ratio, and it's brilliant. And then whenever Bernard has a flashback, they use the same aspect ratio. So it's, I don't know. It's just a really great way of immersing you into that moment and of like making you aware of a certain point in time. So.
Yeah, and I guess that scene at the end, whenever he sees Anthony Hopkins, playing the piano.
Yeah.
That was just probably, that felt like season 1, man, episode 1, like just the town and everything. So I guess that was just at that point in time or whatever.
Yeah.
In the past, I don't know.
No, it did. And like I'm starting to think that wasn't actually like a flashback or something like that. I'm starting to think that maybe that is actually him going into the cradle, which I'm sure everyone's like, oh, duh, dude. That's why he's like wired in. I'm like, takes me a second to get these things. It's a complex show. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think all around, it's just, I'll give my closing thoughts. And then
go ahead. Yeah.
All around, I think it was a solid episode. It was very much a filler episode. Not a whole lot happened. There were like some great moments and great like conversations. But I mean, like, you need a few of these to just kind of like stitch together the entirety of the season. So it was fine. And it wasn't one of those like filler episodes that was super boring either. So
yeah. Exactly.
No, not at all. And I guess I'll give my final words too. The thing about this episode, though, is that, again, it's a filler episode, but while some shows can't do filler episodes right, where it's just boring, it's like, I just have to get through this. This show does it right, where it plants some nice seeds for the next episode. Because, I mean, when we talk about it in our preview, I think next episode looks fucking great. I can't wait, especially with everything they dropped in here, with Anthony Hopkins showing back up, with the whole Bernard, Teddy becoming the Terminator, Dolores crashing the train. It's all stuff like that.
We didn't even talk about Teddy, but my God, the character.
Dude, that was the best part of the trailer. Like I don't even know what else happened. I just saw Teddy. But we'll talk about that later. Go
James
ahead.
Marsden, he's getting what he deserves. But I enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, real quickly, I swear to God, this is gonna be the last thing I say. But the the look on Dolores's face when she realizes like what she's done to Teddy, when Teddy like fucking shoots that guy, I feel like she's having some regret. She's having some second thoughts on it, and I think it might ultimately be her downfall.
Yeah, watch him kill her. Well, somewhat. I guess can host even die because they can just bring him back.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. And my closing thoughts, it was a really good filler episode. I like this episode a lot more than I thought I would. And my favorite thing about it is that I'm finally starting to see the parallels between this show and Anthony Hopkins' Twitter page, where he was playing the piano on that one video. So,
true. That's true. He's playing the piano in this. And
I'm very happy about that. I'm curious to see the parallel between the first video. Hopefully I don't want to see that parallel. Hopefully
I told you that's what's going to happen. He's going to turn around and start doing that to Bernard.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that happens. I hope that does. But
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Great episode. Zach. tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can find me on YouTube at Zach Pope Reviews, Twitter at Pope the King. Come talk to me. We can talk some Westworld shit, even though my channel has nothing to seem like I even talk about TV at all. But I will talk about it. Just comment on any of my videos, especially my Han Solo review. Go comment on that. Just don't be an asshole.
Yes, and then I'll go next. I'll let Griffin close it out since it's his channel. So I'm gonna be rude. And I also want to take the time to say that Solo, a Star Wars movie, is a phenomenal piece of filmmaking that is probably the best Star Wars movie of all time. You heard it here first.
And whether you actually believe that from him is, another.
Remember, this is coming from a shirtless Stardust model.
I honestly, I just don't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth. So it's
okay. Maybe not the best. Like second or third. We'll see. But it's a really good movie. L3 is fantastic. Griffin said, I didn't say, but you can find me on.
Griffin just got 4 dislikes on this video.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. But also, oh wait, you didn't even plug yourself.
Just Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Tyler Tompkins. That's it. You take over, Griffin.
Please send all of your hate mail and comments regarding Solo, a Star Wars story, to his social media accounts, not mine. If you want to know my ranking of the Star Wars film, Solo is at the very bottom. So that's how I feel about it. So thanks guys for watching. Seriously, we've appreciated all the support thus far on the YouTube channel, obviously, but then like through the podcast downloads and stuff like that. So if you enjoy this content, or if you enjoyed the podcast, however you're consuming it, like the video, share it with everyone, leave a rating and a review on the podcast feed. That really greatly helps us out. It helps us get noticed, and it's just good for the show in general. And plus, it's nice to hear from you guys. So, and then also subscribe to the Men vs. Movies channel, where we do movie reviews, other podcasts that don't pertain to Westworld. We're probably going to start doing a debate one very, very soon, which I'm super excited about, and all that good stuff. But if you like me specifically, you can find me on Twitter at Griff Schiller. And that's going to do it for this episode of Into the Westworld. And until next time, take care.